Programmes tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you. It's a toaster.
Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're all doing very well, wherever you are in the world. It's probably England, or it could be America, right? That's basically it. There's very rarely in Russia, right? Russia, on my Saturday show, is always blocked in Russia and Belarus because of the Stingray titles. I'm like, really? That's weird and random, but that happens. By the way, oh man, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. A while ago I was going over dream casting for a Blake 7 reboot, I guess. And I got stuck. So as I remember, it was Tom Hardy. Did I go for Tom Hardy as Blake? I think Tom Hardy as Blake is better than Tom Hardy as Blake is better than Christian Bale, right? Tom Hardy as Blake. Then Mads Mikkelsen as Avon. What's his name? What's his bloody name? From This Is England and a bunch of other stuff. Great actor. This is England. Joseph Gilgun, right? Joseph Gilgun as Villa. And I thought then Stephen Graham as Gan. That kind of works, doesn't it? Right, that does kind of work. Stephen Graham as Gan. So, how many do we have there? We had so we're missing Callie and we're missing Jenna. Jenna is obvious. This is the one that struck me. Jenna, Emilia Clarke. She's like perfect for Jenna, right? I mean, she just like fits that same silhouette perfectly, right? And I think she'll be really good as a kind of like gruff pirate who's also very, very hot, right? I think he'll be good as that. So who do we think is and Servalan's the other hard one, right? Like who was that? I mean, Morena Baccarin, the woman from so many things, Firefly, and then V more recently. She's got a nice bit of body behind. What about what's her name from? What was that show? Ashes to Ashes. And now she's in everything, right? What is her bloody name? Hang on. Oh, let's look at Ashes to Ashes. Ashes to Ashes, funk to funky. We know Major Tom's a junkie. Okay, fine. Ashes, not the David Bowie song. Keely Hawes, right? Keely Hawes, she could probably do a good Servalan. Didn't she do Servalan in the audio reboot? I think she did. She might be a bit old now. 48? No, I think she's good. But wasn't she... who would Daniel Mays play? Daniel Mays is built to be in Blake 7. Right? I mean, he really is. You know what? Maybe Daniel Mays is Blake and then make Tom Hardy into Tarrant. Oh, yeah. Although you don't see like you imagine Blake could take Tarrant, right? You can't see Tom Mays taking bloody Tom Hardy. I am with it. Brian, what's his name in Mays? Daniel Mays taking Tom Hardy. You can't see that happening. Okay, that's not going to go down. I'm still saying, I mean, Callie could go. You have a lot of different options with Callie. It's very white cast, though. Oh, man. They got to, black it up a bit, though, haven't they? I don't know. So, okay, fine. If you want to get multi-race, you want to get, like 2024. But see, here's the thing. What I hate about race swapping, this is just done. There's no point to it, right? There's really no point to it. But there's a lot of good choices for a Black Blake. Lenny James, he would be good. My default one is always Patterson Joseph, because I love Patterson Joseph. But he's more, I don't know, I really love Patterson Joseph, just about everything I see him in. Obviously, Idris Elba. Idris Elba is Blake. Fuck me, that's perfect. Wait. Okay. Idris Elba is Blake and Mads Mikkelsen is Avon. Yes. Right? That's perfect. Right? And then Joseph Gilgun as Villa. I like Stephen Graham as Gann, right? It's like the Expendables in space, right? You get all like the heavy people, right? So we got we got Blake, Avon, Villa, Gann. Who else is there? There's Emilia Clarke. Oh, so it was Emilia Clarke as Jenna, and we who's a great Callie? I'm just trying to think of something thin and sexy with hair. I don't know. Actually, I hate to say this. Amidala, or whatever her bloody name is, from The Acolyte, right? Not the hair she has in The Acolyte, which I haven't watched The Acolyte yet. I'm going to try and get through the next 2 episodes before Saturday. God help me. Oy vey. I am watching The Boys. I'm glad I got back into that, because it's actually pretty darn good. It's just like, oh God, just the seething hatred coming out from, was it Eric Kripke, the guy who makes it, of like anybody who doesn't vote the same, like the seething hatred of it. There's a very obvious choice for Callie as well. I'm not saying, maybe Emily Blunt. Oh, finally something useful to do with Emily Blunt. Yeah, she's a good Callie. See, I don't get Emily Blunt. Why is Emily Blunt like, the it woman that they all go, oh, Emily Blunt, Emily Blunt. I'm sorry. It's never occurred to me to jerk off to Emily Blunt, okay? It just, I'm like, no, thank you. Emilia Clarke. This is a different story. You're welcome, Amelia. I just wanted to show you my appreciation. Sorry. I just got caught fantasizing about masturbating over Emilia Clarke. It happens, okay? Happens to most men, right? It happens to it just doesn't happen normally. You're live streaming it, right? Oh, right. So yeah, okay, fine. We have a lot to get to, as always, and I am hopeful. Hopeful we'll get to some, right? I'm hopeful. You never know, right? You never know. One second, let me see. Just got to check my communiques. Okay, no, they're fine. I'm hopeful we'll get something I want to get to. There's a lot, actually. There's a lot. There's this great Tucker Carlson thing, right? There's so much stuff actually on my like weirdo slush file. We got to do David Tennant. Oh yeah. Now I had to cut the stream off early on Tuesday because I was having violent diarrhea, but I basically had stopped. Right, I hadn't realized, but I wasn't sure because okay. Here's the rule, kids: when you can't fart because you're scared you're going to violently shit yourself, that means it's not time to do a live stream. Okay, this is just what I've learned in life. When you're too scared to fart, because you're worried you'll violently shit yourself. It is not a good time. Not a good time to live stream. Okay, that's one of the things I picked up in life. You're welcome. You're welcome. I like to share these things with you. Fine. So we got that to go through. We David Tennant. Oh, David Tennant. I was trying to get an AI to make me a David Tennant putting his foot in his mouth, but they wouldn't do it. Right? They wouldn't do it. Sadly. Well, I didn't try OpenAI. Let me try OpenAI. Was it OpenArt? Yeah, OpenArt. Let me see what's on the screen. If it's all PG-13. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll share the screen. Let me see how far back I can go. You'll see what it's like in the tortured mind of the rabbi. Okay. Now I use OpenArt and I use Midjourney as my main visual AI generators. All right. So yeah, here we go. Share screen. You'll see what I was working on there. I'll show you the finished product. So Saturday night we're going for a Barbarella thumbnail, right? So then came up badly. This was supposed to be Joe Biden and Sadiq Khan wearing a devil costume together, right? Looking in the camera, smiling. That's crazy. Right, fine. And here's the I'll show you the we have many things that we were working on for Barbarella, right? We hadn't face swapped it yet, right? Where's the original version when we went? I don't know, but here, let's say it. David Tennant. Here we go. Cold. Was it cold up into a ball, shoving his foot in his mouth. Okay, let's see what's coming. Yeah, we're going to do 4 versions, right? Doing 4. Create. Dun 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 dun. You see those little whizzy balls going around. There you go. This is the inside scoop of how the magic is made, right? Let's have a look. No. I doubt that this engine's very bad at doing celebrity likenesses. And the Sydney Sweeney ones look like kiddie porn. Let's see what we got. Okay. How do you work that out from that? No, that's his hand. I want his foot in his mouth. Don't spin it right. Okay. Prompt adherence. Let's turn the scale up all the way up to 15. See what happens. They normally come out crap if you do that on this one. Dun 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 dun, dun. And this is a weird one. Yeah, no, that's what they always come out like these weird colors if you turn the thing up way up. Like, I don't understand how it works, right? I do not understand. But there you go. Yeah, no, so unfortunately, I can't get AI to produce that. Look, we'll see. We'll wait and see what these last 2 are. Oh, they're thinking about it. Here we go. Yeah, no, neither of them. Useless. Useless. Going back through, like, different thumbnails I've been working on. Oh, the insanity. By the way, I like the red herrings. That was from Sunday's thumbnail. That was the best one. And I like these patriotic young ladies, right? I think they look awfully good. They're all dressed as Tim Brooke Taylor. That explains it, right? That explains it. Fine. Let's. I'll pull up some eye candy, and then we got a bunch of stuff to look at. Where is it? We go over here. Is that? Oh right, I did that. That was for tonight. I couldn't make a little asshole statue, right? I went to many different AIs to build that. None would work, right? They wouldn't let me do that, right? So, yeah, in hindsight, I should have done Scarlett Johansson, but yeah, Sydney Sweeney, because she's on my Saturday thumbs now. She's kind of like the it girl right now, right? So, yeah, David Tennant gets his moronic grooming ass handed to him. Oh God! And did he get it handed to him? What a schmuck! Holy shit! Right, he has been pillared, and like he's been like really shafted. I take this as a positive sign on the journey to the end of days, right? It's like that a smug, anti-God, self-righteous pillock like David Tennant gets pillared. I'm like, yes, that is divine justice. And I approve, my Lord. I approve, my good Lord. So yeah, I really do. The award for the biggest champagne socialist woke douchebag goes to David Tennant. Well, I mean, he is, right? I mean, he absolutely is. Yes, that's me. You're such a lovey, right? Like, he's such a, like, definition of a lovey. It's unbelievable. He really so sad. Anyway, we have many strange and curious things I've curated. Oh, we got that. Oh, we should look. Oh, that will look at that. Fine. Let's start over here. It's a Liberal reporter talking to young people, being amazed they're all voting reform, right? And look, I understand reform's projected it could get 18 seats. I am hoping for a miracle, right? That nobody else is hoping for, nobody else predicting, right? I am hoping for a miracle that they win, like somehow. Labour fucks up somehow, like 2-3 days beforehand. Do something. I mean, like, Labour's made of human fuck-up machines. Like, we should be able to get one, right? And then Reform surge. Everything they've done so far has been brilliant. Anyway, so check this out.
Homeless English people not getting housed, but you have immigrants that come here. They're illegal and they get housed. It's a joke.
So just illegal. You're saying just illegal.
Illegal immigrants.
But legal. I'm talking. I just asked that. Just about legal
Yeah,
migrants.
but even if they're legal immigrants, they still shouldn't be put over English people. No, we spend too much tax money on immigrants, and I think that's a joke.
We were talking to some young boys over there a moment ago, and they really surprised me because they said they were into Reform UK.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying. Everyone around Chai has been saying that they're like Reform UK.
Would you love to see something insane happen? Oh God, it would be so good to see the wokers go. Isn't it worth it just to see David Tennant shit himself and blame himself for this whole debacle? Wouldn't I mean, like, really? It will be worth it, right? Again, nobody's predicting it. I would like it.
They're very into it. I haven't really heard many people talking about Labour. It's mainly just been Reform UK, like people, like 15, 16 and everything, just been talking.
That will surprise many people.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Not me, mate. Not me. Their TikTok game is freaking excellent, and that's essentially why they're doing so well.
Strange, because most people think Reform voters, older, homeowners, blokes in their 50s and 60s, just saying...
No, that's you, you racist cunt.
Saying it's kids in Chichester. Sorry, kids. Young adults in Chichester.
Yeah.
Fine. He managed to, like, talk down to two groups of people at once. Fuck you, you superior cunt.
I think, yeah, there's a lot of people that are just, if you ask anyone around here, like 15, 16, maybe even young, they'll all just say, like, it's all about Reform UK. They don't really have an opinion on, like, Conservatives or Labour.
And we should worry about our own people before others.
Do you think the political class generally are doing that then?
No.
He's like, wait, what? No, who? Where?
The Conservative Party is an absolute joke, and young people in this country don't have a voice, and it makes me sick.
And what? So if you could vote, lads, who would you vote for?
Who would I vote for? Yeah. Reform UK, probably.
Yeah. That's the one.
Reform UK.
Yes, mate. Yes. Get rid of that Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister. Get rid of him.
Water mug.
Yes.
I mean, like, it just seems like, who doesn't agree with this? I'd like to be somebody who just doesn't agree. I'd like somebody who's going to vote Tory. Really? Why? Like, what? Just why? Oops, sorry, went back.
That's the one. Reform UK. Yes, mate.
Older, boomers, racists.
Just Reform UK, though.
But hold on one sec. But we've got a young guy, mixed heritage, who's saying Reform UK. So what are those people wrong about? What attracts you to Reform UK?
Reform UK is that, like, if you're an actual English citizen, you actually have a voice in what happens in this country.
Right? And he's just like, but wait a minute, you're not, why? I don't understand what's going on. Something else I don't understand, like, what is going to be with this Trump debate, right? It's just like, I don't know. I might wake up at 4 a.m. to watch it, right? I'm really astounded and curious what on earth we're going to see. So check out how he posted this today to troll. Was it Biden? Right, that is somewhat brilliant. I don't know, like, what on earth is going to be with this debate? I mean, like, they're rigging it in every way possible, right? They're going to turn off Trump's mic. They're not going to ask any hard questions of Biden. But even so, it just seems like, honestly, this seems like if Trump can't beat down a hopped up on goofballs, nutball, octogenarian pedophile cunt like Biden, right? Even with his hands tied behind his back, we're all a bit disappointed. So I have no idea what's going to be, but I'm hoping it's going to be something like this. This is pure magic, right? This is pure magic. I haven't seen much greatness from Tucker Carlson late, but this is, again, pure, undiluted magic.
Thank you so much for your address today. So you talked a little bit about immigration, and in the past you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement Theory. This is the same...
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well...
I love, again, a simple question based on the premise, right? It's incredible. Like, it's just the most simple question.
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I say that?
On your show.
I said whites are being replaced?
You have said that before.
Really?
Yeah.
She just believes it, right? You look at like it's incredible watching belief, right? Blind faith belief, which is what it is.
I would challenge you to cite that because I'm pretty sure I haven't said that. I said native-born Americans are being replaced, including blacks.
Native-born Americans.
Native-born Americans. And Americans black Americans have been, African Americans have been in the United States for, in many cases, their families over 400 years. And their concerns are every bit as real and valid and alive to me as the concern.
I mean, just look at this racism of this woke reporter, right? It's pure racism. They're like, well, wait a minute. It's all about what they just can't think outside this box. I got kind of really irritated with the Red Letter Media review of The Acolyte when it was like really bending over backwards to try and explain why these idiots screenwriters, why everything they make is shit. Like, oh, we have different sensibilities. No, and they were really purposely not getting the point, even though they do get the point when it's Star Trek, right? But it's like, she's got this whole belief system in her head that it's a faith, right? She's got this faith in her head that she's never questioned. And she's never had a reason to question it, right? And he's like, Tucker Carlson just says openly he hates black people. So that's what he says, right? Not at all.
Of white people whose families have been there 400 years. So I've never said that whites are being replaced. Not one time, and you can't cite it.
Untrue.
So we just met, but when our relationship starts with a lie, it makes it tough to be friends. So let's pull that back. I'm happy to explain what I do think.
So,
you actually can't say it because I didn't say it, and I don't believe it, and I'm telling you that to your face. So why don't you just accept me at face value?
Because they can't. They're full of hate.
Concern is that the people who are born in the country are the main responsibility of its leaders, and as noted earlier, when those leaders shift their concern from the people whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world to put their priorities above that of their own citizens,
which is just weird. Like, how did this become like? It was Bojo who brought this in of all people. Like, how did this woke shit? Like, and nobody noticed.
Moral, and they are being replaced in my country. People who were born in the United States, and the birth rate tells the whole story. They are not at replacement rate. And so the U.S. population is growing because we're importing people from other countries. And my view is that happy people have children, and a functioning economy allows them to do that. And we don't have that. And so you need to fix the economy and fix the culture and make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go.
But you know the reason why the culture is so broken, right? Because it's run by people who are broken, run by miserable, empty people.
For the quick sugar fix of importing new people. Like, that's my position. And if you think that's racist, that's your problem.
I never called you a racist.
But of course you are suggesting. And
well,
I must say, one of the reasons
I never said you're racist, Corbett. I mean, yeah, but you did intimate it really reasonably strongly, didn't you?
people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean. Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about to tell me the great replacement theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. I've said what I've said to you right now like 100 times in public. I hope to, if I live long enough, say it 100 more times. I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary.
It's so bizarre how, like, when faced with, like, just like just somebody talking to you like a real person, right? Through the bullet points, like talking to you like a human being, just their brain can't comprehend it, right? I mean, we got to keep watching this because it's really important to see it. Her brain can't comprehend it.
It's factually true. It's not a theory. It's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't.
And my response is, no, I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay. Well, this is the same.
I mean, and in general, why not just tell the truth, right? I understand that you is my truth. Whoever read that expression, my truth, should have their balls kicked in for crying out loud. My truth. Oh, that's probably a woman.
Theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting, where 11
God,
Black Americans were killed.
On.
2
you know
white
what I mean?
Americans were killed.
Like,
and it's also inspired.
It's not. First of all,
it's inspired one of the worst Australian guns.
How do they
of all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look, I'm sorry.
I think this is the appeal of Reform UK. They just talk like normal human beings.
I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be, but
No, she really is stupid. You have to be stupid. That's the thing. And the same thing with these screenwriters. They're stupid. They are stupid.
I'm totally against violence. I'm totally against the war in Ukraine, for example, which doubtless you support. And like all dutiful liberals, support more carnage. I don't. I hate mass shootings, actually. Nothing I said, what does it mean to inspire something? My views are not bigoted against any group. They're honest. They're factual. That's not hate. That's reality. And my views derive from my deep concern for Americans, actually. Americans aren't...
Well, like, again, this has been shouted down for years and years and years.
...having kids because they can't afford to. And nobody in charge cares. And so that's my position. That doesn't inspire mass shootings. How dare you try to tie me to some lunatic who murdered people? How dare you, actually? And in fact, I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler...
Do you think he dyes his hair? I don't know.
I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler wore those shoes. A lot of people are saying that you're like Hitler. Can you explain those shoes? Hitler wore exactly the same shoes, and you're like, I've got nothing to do with Hitler. Well, that's how I feel about your absurd, disingenuous question.
Right, so therefore you support gun control?
What?
Again, look at it. It's like a rat caught in a maze of like woke ideas. What? I mean, how do you get from one to the other? Everybody's bought some form of gun control.
I thought it couldn't get dumber, but it did. No, I don't support disarming law-abiding people so they can't defend themselves. So the government has a monopoly on violence? I don't think so. First of all, in my country, that's illegal, as you know. But moreover, it should be illegal in every country. A sovereign person has the right to defend himself and his family. Period. And that said, I'm totally opposed to harming anyone. Have you been are you concerned about the war in Ukraine? And the countless innocents being murdered there?
Nope. She's got a little Ukraine flag on her bio. I guarantee it, mate. That and a Palestinian flag or a slice of watermelon.
Every single day? I doubt you are. Probably Putin bad. I am. I'm a Christian. I hate violence. I hate mass shootings. I have guns at home and often on my person when I'm in the United States, I'm proud to say. Because I want to defend myself and those I love against violence. That's the point. I'm not perpetrating crimes.
Yeah, okay, that's like really hard for English people to understand. But that's like the core of the American psyche, right? That It's not like, oh, they want to carry guns so they can shoot people. It's like it's an expression of freedom. To be able to carry a gun is an expression of pure freedom, that you can defend yourself with to a deadly level, right? That is like all that the ultimate expression of freedom. I think that's very core to what Americans are.
I'm not shooting strangers. I'm defending what I love. And if you're against that, I guess I would ask why. Why would you be against that?
Well, so you don't think you harbor any kind of responsibility for these hate crimes?
Really, darling?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be charitable. I was like, maybe you're just pretending to be dumb. Now I don't think it's an act.
Tucker, thank you for taking those questions. I'm sure you enjoyed some
Actually, I
questions from
loved
the
it. I
press.
just feel sorry. I mean, because I got here and the country's so unbelievably beautiful. And
he's really enjoying himself now.
People are so cheerful and funny and cool and smart. I'm like, your media's got to be better than ours. It can't just be a bunch of castrated robots reading questions from the boss. And then it turns out it's exactly the same, maybe even a tiny bit dumber.
So there you go. I do like Tucker Carlson. To tell you, we do not know amongst our Hebrews if he's anti-Semitic or not, right? Where opinion is divided on the matter. Like I couldn't say 100% he's not anti-Semitic, right? I can't remember what it was that swayed me. But I was like, that looks a bit dodgy, mate. That looks a bit dodgy. But although I'm happy to be wrong as well. I'm happy to be wrong. Oh yeah, I'll show you what's coming up. So yeah, I couldn't get David Tennant put a foot in his mouth, so we got this one tomorrow instead. David Tennant, women should just shut up during awards. Yeah, and it really is what he meant. But on the right side of it, yes, you are, babes. Again, I guess kind of see her as a Callie. Maybe it's the hair. If you don't like my take on your little space wizard show, that means you're a waitress. Wacky waitress, Sween, waiting deep inside the mind of the acolytes, Amanda, I got that out, Amandala, I think, Stenberg, who says racism is tanking a show and also it being shit. The boys, I think I'm kind of happy with the boys right now. It's woke, but watchable and enjoyable, and yeah. And then Saturday night, yes, we have Sydney Sweeney as Barbarella. Yeah, this story is something we've been waiting to get to for a while. But, if you want me to help deflate your erections, here you go. Let me help you out. It's the end of days. And Donald Trump and Nigel Farage are our unlikely only hope. It's so true. It's a weird, unlikely only hope, right? It's a weird, unlikely... Because... Okay, what's on the other side of the aisle? I mean, fuck off, virtue signaling cunt. Oh, what a virtue signaling cunt. Let us get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Cook is here doing Mark Cook. I said to myself, I'm going to be good and get here by 20 past. Not doing bad, 7:33. Good evening, folks. Anyone else trading? Doctor Who's actually saying anything else to embarrass themselves and us fans? Oh, I'm not embarrassed anymore. I'm like, whatever. It's like I like David Tennant's really being pillared. I've really enjoyed it, right? I'm enjoying it more every day. One thing's going to happen. We're going to see some more David Tennant big finish because he's not going to be so in demand in the next year. I can tell you. He's fucked himself. By the way, do you reckon, assuming Keir Starmer wins, do you reckon, okay, whatever happens, do you think Keir Starmer will be Prime Minister this time next year? I don't think so. No matter who wins, I don't think so. Colin Archer, how are you doing, Colin Archer? They'd all just shut up. Yes, says the soldier, it's so stunning and brave for Rusty Davis to say that he's going to reveal who the mysterious Anita Dobson character is. My money's on she's me in disguise. Oh, Keith Thumb, I think you're right, sir. I think you're right. Lee Fordham is here. That's the sort of it. Lee Fordham says, Tutor TV says, reports Lisa's analysis of reform with a good chance winning 18 MP seats in a Marshall constituency. Couple of hundred votes could swear, but the next generation 29 I know it's a target, and I think it's a good strategy because they're brilliant. They can actually come through this election losing and call themselves a winner, right? Insufficient data. Rhapsody Davis looking at the ratings. So yeah, we're going to talk about that as well. Alexandra Dadiri. I think I've looked her up once before. Sydney Sweeney is a high bar to get over. What's it? This is Alexandria Dadiri. Oh, it's not even close. It's not even close. Really? It's not even close. I mean, she's a pretty woman. Don't get me wrong. Very hot. I would probably enjoy having sex with her, right? And no doubt that she would be internally grateful to the old rabbi as well. I can't imagine that wouldn't be the case, right? But like, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, really, it's not even close, darling. Oh, well, here, what's it? Let me put those pictures. Where you go? Doink. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Attractive woman. Obviously, a very attractive woman. But like, there's something a little bit dirty about Sydney Sweeney. I don't know what it is. Right? I like, I can see Sydney Sweeney wanting me to come on her tits, where I think she won't be a bit too stuck up for that, right? Which I don't know. She's kind of got that like, not Emma Stone. Who was the one who was really out of control? Lindsay Lohan vibe, right? Let's extend, right? But that was always very hot about Lindsay Lohan, like how out of control she was, right? So D, I hope that answers your question. Mark Lynn Nelson, I will find you and I will kill you. That I'm the doctor thing is still going to. Yeah, I hate it when they try and appropriate for anything else. I honestly, there was that one bit where Shooty was on the rope ladder with the gravity glove, the Mavity glove, and they had like a music cue. It was something different, but in the realm of Doctor Who. I'll pull it out. That was really good. So, yeah, another thought I had recently was the memory TARDIS in that last episode. It was the reveal of it would have been so much stronger had we not already seen it all through the TARDIS tales. They really, really blew that surprise, right? And they really blew that moment. I think Rusty was busy being blown. Quite frankly, that'll be my guess. Let me see if we can find that one music here. One second. Nearly there. Oh, is this it? I think this is it.
Got rid of that. That was a kind of superkinetic transfer of mass.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, they should just have him doing stuff all the time, like big athletic stuff, and it would have worked so much better than him just giving his big gay speeches.
That's better.
Yeah, you hear that music just started?
The glove takes all my weight. All the weight is in the glove. So nothing burns, nothing pulls, nothing hurts. Ta-da!
I'm lightweight.
Right, that should have been his theme. Right, it just fucks me off so much how much they had all the building blocks together to put this together so it would have been good. And they still fucked it up. Really? Right? I mean, no, this could have been really interesting, innovative, different Doctor Who. Right? And no, it's got to be about being queer. Really? Oh, that's that. Well done, Russell. You're breaking the boundaries you broke 30 fucking years ago. Oh, didn't It's a Sin get out your fucking system? Better watch it. Reform's coming, says Graham Dawson. Yes, they are. Oh, God, I hope they come. Oh, if they come, so will I. BD Rich is here. How you doing, BD Rich? I imagine there'll be much ejaculation throughout the country if they win. Paul Taylor is there. Tennant should be awarded a douchebag recognition certificate so he can use a douchebag toilet with all the other weird. Okay, he's a weirdo. Cast duty is Blake. No! Fuck off! Idris Elba, right? Idris Elba. Can I say that Blake is my race wife? Oh, again, I think Idris Elba really does have the same DNA as Gareth Thomas, right? He's got that, like, right, you've got to have some, okay, it's got to be someone. If you're having Tarrant be, I mean, look, don't reboot Blake 7 anyway, unless I'm in charge. Don't reboot Blake 7. But look, if Tarrant is Tom Hardy, then it's got to be Idris Elba, right? You've got to have somebody like big to go up against him, right? But listen. I for example, I still think Lawrence Fishburne was a perfect Perry White, right? But yeah, listen, they are going to want to have more, and also I don't necessarily disagree with it, right? I don't know. I can't see you going along with it. I'll take a calm pill now. No, it's okay. You should be incensed by it, right? With the spherical object in his mouth. Of course, the rabbi said bull. I don't know what that is. What's the Mark Cook saying? You might want to keep your ear close to the ground. Wait, what is that? So what's going on outside of Birmingham? I don't know. But, yeah, you can go and see Dan. You can go and see Type 40 live, I guess. What else is up to? You can see it live. I gave up a second. It was good. Oh, me too. It was terrible. Me too. It was like really, really pointless. And they want to reduce the voting age to 16 because they think it's going to go for them, but they're behind the times, like Ross Lee Davis. The similar university illegal immigrants coming through the university system as well. Yes. Who don't return home after yes. I mean, it's just honestly, there needs to be a global like freeze and just everybody gets sent home. Like all your benefits get turned off. You know, you don't get housing. All you do is get accommodation so you can get out the country. Right? We'll give you a flight back home, and that's it. I think that should be it, right? I mean, and then we could restart again afterwards after the country can breathe again, right? And also, I'm sorry, maybe you want to have somebody with an English accent in London, right? It's so weird. Whenever I go to London, which hasn't been for years, not one English person, right? They're all Polish. It's very strange. Young people generally getting pissed off with the politicians boarding third world, allowing them to take the food share. Exactly, they're seeing their legacy being given away to somebody else. They are watching it in real time, right? Went through. I just twitched my finger and went through like about an hour and a half of the chat. Fine, where I'm up to. Fine. That's it. And then fine. I read that. RLM are trying to hold a middle ground that they're more what's RLM? Not sure. They are more Star Trek fans than Star Wars. Red Letter Media. That's why they were quite on the ball with the Star Trek comments. I understand, but like, look, once you've gone through it yourself with something that you love, the dismissing of it for another one, another fandom seems, to lack the empathy that you should have, right? Again, look, I mean, Star Wars isn't really. I mean, I think it's more I think it's equally sacrilegious to what was happened to Star Wars as it was happened to Star Trek, frankly. I mean, at least there's been some. I mean, there's some good Star Wars as well. I was going to say Mandalorian, Picard season 3. Picard season 3 is still great. It really is fantastic. Lee Ford, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you. X-Men 577, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you, right? I don't know. What am I up to? Fine. Actually, help me. Donald Don Aud Nige, you're our only hope. Help me, okay, fine. Now I got it. Help me, Donald Nige, you're our only hope. Thank you. Oh, it took me a minute to work that out, as you can see in real time. That's it. So that like it says, got an answer. Actually, I wonder if the success of It's a Sin actually led him to think he could insert politics in there. I think so. And also, Sydney Sweeney at Sulin. Okay, so who's Tarrant then? Is it? I had it was more of a joke, but I thought what's his name? The kid who plays Spider-Man because he's young, right? It's much younger than you expect. I don't know, but Sydney Sweeney at Sulin. That is very good. That really does work. Amos Nick was here. David Tennant is just a pathetic little sham of a little sham of all the young people's lives. He's helping down. He is. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Agreed. Redland Media. I've always said if you can't play by the rules canon, then don't play the game. Yeah, I mean this makes something new, but the thing is, though, they won't have the cultural impact to make something new. Right, I mean that's essentially the problem, right? Gotta go fetch a curry. Oh, I am jealous. Oh, you can't go out and get a curry anywhere. Well, not in my neck of woods. Oh man, yeah, especially I like a good non-kosher curry. I'll go right for a prawn curry every time. Oh, yeah, and I also do they still have it? The 4 little dishes of like different dips you put your poppadoms in. You had I like that. That was very good. That was very good. Yeah, no, I'm indeed envious, right? I'm indeed envious. Where should we start? Should we start with some of the many reviews I've got to get to? Let's not the review. Let's do this trailer reaction, which is over here, doink. And here it is. Nosferatu. Everyone was telling me about this last stream. Let's have a look.
Come to me. Come to me. Hear my call.
Okay.
Come to me.
I like the period setting. This doesn't look like it'll get me to cinema. I'll certainly watch it on a streaming service.
Professor, my dreams grow darker.
And wetter? Any stickier?
Does evil come from within us?
No, it comes right on top of you, darling.
Or from beyond?
I do like what William Dafoe did, because like the other Nosferatu movie, Shadow of the Vampire, also had William Dafoe that time playing Nosferatu, right? Which I always thought was kind of funny.
He is coming.
He is coming.
He is coming to us.
So wait, when they made Nosferatu, it was essentially Dracula, but they didn't have the rights to it, so they called it Nosferatu. So this is essentially a similar story, but different.
He's coming.
Who is coming to you, my child?
Would you please say he's coming? I mean, that just it's hard for me not to take the piss. This does look good, okay? All bullshitting aside, this does look pretty good.
We are here encountering the vampire.
Yeah, just all I would suggest is not dropping acid before you go to see this.
Nosferatu.
Okay, that does look pretty good, right? That does look pretty good. Who's Robert Eggers? So let's do a bit of research, right? Robert Eggers. What's he directed? The Witch, The Northman, The Lighthouse. Nothing I've seen. Literally nothing I've seen at all. All right. Whatever. Good for him. People also search for Anna Taylor-Joy. Okay, fine. Was she in the Nosferatu movie? I don't know. I have to tell you, I very much like the Furiosa movie. Fine, let's start talking about Doctor Who stuff, right? And then we got a whole bunch of reviews to get to. So what are we going to start with? We're going to start with. I forgot what the story we got to go over. It is hilarious. They say never make yourself the story unless it's hilarious, which is what this is. It is so funny. So Mr. Trilby over here, who's totally straight, he's totally straight. That's the way it is. If the rabbi from another planet is on some sort of FBI watch list, he probably should be on the some sort of watch list. So when you say some sort, you're saying I should be on the sex registration list, darling. If I may, let's have a look at your bullet, okay? And you tell me who's more likely to be a sex offender. Like, who's more likely do you see in a sting operation at a mall going to meet a 14-year-old? like him or me? My money's on El Creepo over there, okay? So anyway, yeah, and so then he always just go, that time the rabbi wanted to sleep with a minor because they were vulnerable and naive, and he could take advantage. Yes, that's cool. That's exactly what was going on, right? That's exactly. You know what? I always like playing this clip. It's so fun. Firstly, it's funny, but like, I love it. Really just shows up like how full of shit they are, which is remarkably. And I love that they went to the trouble of getting this video. Just downloading it and yeah. So let's play this. Doing video file. Oh, Paulie, better Paulie. Yeah, okay. So I reckon I had a chance at Paulie. So yeah, these are people I thought I can get into bed in of the Doctor Who companions. Now, you know, I didn't preface that they're not real people, and I'm married, and most of them are shiksas, so I wouldn't have sex with them on many levels. But I mean, other than it's called a fantasy, it's a joke. Moving into Troughton, Victoria, easy, too innocent. I still think it's funny. I just laughed the same time as me, okay? Because I still think it's funny. It's got to be near the closest to the end of her run. Like she's like scared, and she needs, you know, like yeah, Victoria's easy. Look, it's not my fault. Victoria is easy, okay, darling. It's not my fault. Victoria's easy, but yeah, that was totally me wanting to have sex with a minor. That's 100%. Him, Ballsy, NZ, Hadley. Oh damn, Hadley's in the group now. In the crew. I'll be surprised they're not on files or something. So yeah, this is so fun. I love it when you're right over target, they freak out the most. Bruh, says John Luke Harry. There's so many things going on here. This is like a sensory overload for them, right? Firstly, I'm taking the piss out the relentless gayness in Doctor Who. Like the literal relentless queerness all the way to Doctor Who. Yeah, I'm pointing it out and making fun of it, right? And they're like, because why can't you make fun of it? Because it's their religion, right? It's literally their religion. Yeah, you can't right, like it's sacrilege what you're doing if you take the piss out of their religion, and they really do act like that. It's so weird, right? It's so genuinely weird. So Ruben, the queer hero, renewed for season 3. They should be happy, right? But then this is what really triggered them. Nigel Farage, right? They're like wild. It's Dr. Farage, Doctor Who's only hope. Yes. On the same level as this shit. Somebody said again. Why do you spend your time patrolling the internet web for people who don't think the same way about something as you? It's weird. You're a loser for doing that. Doctor is my favourite show ever. I've been watching it since the 70s. I cannot believe the garbage they turned it into with their agenda. I wish Elon Musk would buy Doctor Who, Disney, and fix them. Yeah, me too. I would love that. I would absolutely love that, right? Harry, he's 26, a digital marketer. I mean, he's unemployed, all right? And of course, got a Palestinian flag. Yes, love them raping them Jews. Oh, yeah, love those killing those Jewish babies. Oh, fucking love it. Nim, 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 nim. He probably included the scene where the Doctor sits on the floor of the TARDIS and begs his companion for sex. Well, they do that a lot in Doctor Who nowadays, strangely enough. Right? Really, oddly enough, they do. Queer era, the queer... Yeah, somebody else came up before you. I think Colin Archer came up with that. What's more? It's Nigel Farage the only hope. They're like... I literally, their heads are exploding. It's so funny. These people are so desperate. It's pathetic. Oh, they think differently from me. They should be destroyed. Photoshop shooting into a sexy little outfit to let his own to own the lefty woke. He really got us. I was taking the piss out. Yeah, I did get you. Right, that's exactly what happened. Right, because here's the thing: you were torn. You were turned on. You want to say it's stunning and brave. You want to say it's totally normal. But I'm taking the piss. And so I know it's like that bit in Star Trek, you know, where they mugs women, where the robots can't handle two different ideas. These people have nothing, literally nothing. Josh, really, Josh, we have nothing. I'm going to take a guess. You're a little loser with autism and nobody in your life, right? Let's have a look. Oh, no, obviously totally normal. Totally normal guy. Totally normal guy. Okay, then. Man, did I run from that? Nothing weird going on there. It's like these people who make me ashamed to be a fan of the show sometimes. Then fuck off, Iggy Alex, right? This show isn't for you then. Then fuck off. Because we've been here a lot longer than you and we ain't going, I hate this channel! I know you do, darling. I know you. Ew, says Tilly. I'm watching it in cinemas tonight. I wonder if the scene, there is bonus, but nobody gave a shit, right? It is such absolute garbage, says Ken Holzer. Really? Well, I mean, you took the time to comment, which I appreciate. They wish Shooty was in that photo. Yeah, that would be funnier. That's true. That's true. I mean, it's a bit of a non sequitur, but yes, I do. Yes, I do. My eyes. He's so straight. You shows up a man into a skimpy outfit and fantasies about having some grey-haired dude. What? And fantasies about some grey-haired dude seems legit. Oh, that's Nigel Farage. I'm like, it's about me. I'm grey-haired. I don't know. Okay, then. Jesus H. Christ. I don't think you really believe in God, do you, Paul Hollywood, the next Doctor? I don't think you are. That could be the worst one so far. Goodness me. Come to my channel, mate. This is actually disgusting, says Ryan. I mean, actually, it really is. This is what disgusting looks like. You're right. You're right. Show probable spam. Yeah, we want to see that, baby. I shouldn't be surprised that they this is saying over a black queer man playing the role of an alien who can change their face. Oh yeah, Ayesa. I've never thought of that. That's totally not a straw man argument that you're hiding behind because you haven't got a leg to fucking stand on. 100%. That's what's going on, right? I mean, not going on, right? I'll take your gift of death now is available. Well, I mean, maybe with the syrup. Man, this is still going. Some applies. Let's see the ones that include offensive language. What secretly gay moron made this? Again, if I was gay, I would be so fucking open about it. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, I like, hot schoolgirl, with heels, stocking suspenders, that sort of thing. Millie Gibson in a schoolgirl outfit with stocking suspenders and heels. A slutty makeup. Yeah, I would like that, right? I would like, and I'm not ashamed I would like that, right? But If I was gay, I'll be happily globbing off over Adric having a bondage fantasy in the middle of Castrovalva, right? I think, which is quite fine. I have no problem with Adric having a bondage fantasy in the middle of Castrovalva. I think about how he always puts Isake title on the side. What's Isake? I don't know what that means. Imagine explaining to somebody in your free time that you Photoshop an actor to make him look like he's wearing fetish gear, and it's not weird or gay. Fucking freak, man. I've discussed this at synagogue many times, right? And it's because it's funny. Because you guys are almost always under the age of 22 are all freaking out. Oh, look, Jean-Luc Harry is 26. What a big boy. I'm not going anywhere no matter how bad our ratings are. Renewed for season 3. Aside from the fact that ratings are such bullshit, yeah, well, they do spend about, was it 50 million a year getting those bullshit, so maybe not. Meaningless metric in this day and age. You contradict yourself in your own thumbnail. No. God, you're so fucking dumb. Oh, you're man! How dumb can anybody be? Well, yeah, that's the point. I'm not going anywhere, no matter how bad our ratings are. Yes, the failure of this is no indication that it won't be renewed. They already have done a second season. They haven't been announced for a third one though. I was surprised. I thought they'll announce the third one by the end of it. Yeah, that's actually. Specifically what I'm saying, that contradiction is what I'm trying to hold out. So he's Jewish, actually advocating for somebody who said Jews have too much power in America. You know he didn't say that. And allegedly used to bully Jewish classmates by saying Hitler was right. The pick-me energy is insane. Pick me? I'm quite happy being left alone, mate. But you're also going on carrying the incredibly annoying. You'd like. I mean, let's have a look at you. Exactly. It's okay. You're going to grow up and you're going to have a life. It's okay. Maybe, lose a bit of the gut, all right? Although it is a man's world. But it's okay. You'll settle down and your life will be less shitty. It's okay, baby. It's okay. And you're okay too, mate. And you totally 100% don't look like you should be driving around a van trying to interest children in seeing your puppets, right? You don't look like that at all, right? And you 100% you're straight, right? This guy's sick in the head, but I kind of love that Shooty is living there rent free. Well, I'm commenting on Doctor Who, which frankly, I'm really quite happy that Doctor Who's over, right? So I don't have to focus on it anymore. So yeah, toxic fandom, always hilarious, right? Always absolutely hilarious. You know what else is hilarious? The ratings. The ratings are freaking awful, right? The ratings are epically bad, right? They've never been this bad. They are, yeah, so this is John the White as it talking about the ratings. We actually do we have more ratings numbers now? We do. Here we go. So 2.202 overnight, only 3.05 7-day. Now that's one of the worst ratings Doctor Who's ever got, right? That 7-day rating. Now I expect it to go up. I would have thought the 7-day figure will be somewhere around, what was it? 3.75, right? I think it'll be around 3.75. That's probably the highest I see it going. More likely 3.7. It could be as low as 3.4, right? I mean, it really could. It could be 3. Okay, we're thinking 3.45 and 3.7, right? But man, these are piddly little ratings, aren't they? So it's not the lowest rated one of the episode of the season. That would be episode 5. What was it? Episode 5. We had what was it? Space Babies and Devil's Cord. Then Boom. 73 Yards. Dot and Bubble. Wow, that's so. That's not the worst episode, but I mean, it had one of the cringiest ending. But yeah, that's the lowest rated episode of Doctor Who. Right there. So Dot and Bubble got 3.38. And then you had Rogue, which came on a bit from that. Because again, I think if you tune in a little more like Doctor Who, the ratings go up, right? And then you had Rogue and you saw the ratings go down again, right? When it doesn't look like Doctor Who, the week afterwards, the ratings go down, right? That's how it works. I don't know how to tell you. So, I don't know. I see. I think the higher bump for Rogue was people wanting to see the gay kids. Like, no, that didn't happen, right? That did not happen. Anyway, so there's a lot of copium going on. 2.25 overnight for Empire of Dust. No, Empire of Evil, isn't it? Empire of Death. Season figures as a whole are bad news for the consolidators will save it crowd. Yes, they are. The numbers watch and catch up are pathetic, and compared to Capaldi's and Consolidate, it's at most 1.5 at best, and it was always more than that for Capaldi. The numbers have never been worse. That is very true. That is very. Is this the Capaldi? No, this is the. Oh, fine. So the numbers, but the insane copium about it has been Bizarreville, right? Bizarreville. So we have very contradictory information going on. First, we have TV Zone. TV Zone said BBC reveal the Doctor Who is most watched by BBC drama amongst young people under 35 this year, and one of the best performing in that demographic across all broadcast and streamers this year. Yes, but this next bit throws them down. All episodes continue to increase, with Space Babies now nearing 6 million. Bullshit. So we have this instead. Space Babies has reached 4.39 million, not 6 million, up only 380k from its 4 million from the this makes much more sense, right? Devil's Cord and knocked up an extra 530k for the 7-day figure. So yeah, it's that 6 million number is bullshit, right? It's absolute bullshit. And I think the metric they gave themselves, where they're not doing terribly bad, is but demographics for the 12th to 18th of May for age group. So kids age 4 to 15, Doctor Who is at 191 from ABC One. Oh, this must be. Is this? What's ABC One? Is this Australia? Doctors by 1.89 million on ABC One, and 16 to 34. Oh, there you go. So yeah, okay. If you're telling me that this 567,000 is what's saving it, it's not even the best thing there. It's crazy, right? There's a crazy amount of copium going on. And what's this? I was brought back to bring in a youthful audience. That's been massively successful. The current figures suggest the youthful audience is pretty much at the same level as the last Chibnall series. In fact, it's a little bit lower. Oh no, it's more of the total audience, 22.2%. Yeah, okay, you've done nothing. Very misleading, sweeping statement, no facts. Exactly. Which leads me to this next one. This guy goes, I saw this from Best Paul says the shit. Okay, so this guy says, sold out cinema screenings, trending on Disney Plus, darling, and Willow trended on Disney Plus, and strong results on iPlayer. What more proof do you want? I want objective metrics, right? That we all agree on, and that, I'm afraid, is the overnights, mate. I'm sorry. Objective, unsullied metrics. That's what we want, and I'm sorry that we have to answer that, but like, I don't think the picture you're painting is a real one, right? Again, I think this is insane amount of copium going on, right? There's insane amount, and it was spurred on by the BBC. BBC defends Doctor Who ratings as the show's top drama for under 35s this year. Okay, well, let's see what's going to happen at Christmas. And again, this is such a lie. The broadcaster said the first episode of the season has already been watched by 6 million viewers. No, it hasn't. You're lying. 4.38, I think you'll find. Right? 4.38 isn't 6. 4.38 is less than 6. Why are you lying? Oh, I know why you're lying. Because it's shit. And you don't want to admit it's shit. You know why you don't want to admit it's shit? It's because the overnight figures and these ratings do mean something. They are meaningful, right? And your protestations that they're not are somewhat ridiculous, right? They do mean something, right? And you're thinking like, no, this thing we spent, hundreds of millions to collect, tens of millions to collect? No, we just spend that for no reason because they're not what nobody cares about them. So why do you collect them? Do you collect them for free or does it cost you money? And while we're at it, talking about metrics, what happened to the AAI figures? Right, they seem to be somehow missing, lost in action. What's up with that? Could they be completely and totally shit, by any perchance? Could that be what's going on? Because that's what I think is going on. I think those figures are completely and totally shit, right? And I think that's why somebody leaked them a while ago, but it was never confirmed, and I bet they're correct. 6 million viewers. Maybe both episodes put together, right? Well, the future of the Doctor is already confirmed in the short term with the show returning for Christmas special and yet another season next year. Yeah, they've already filmed it. I mean, it's pretty much in the can as far as I believe. Not only does Disney distribute the series internationally, but it also helps finance it, meaning that the show could continue without the stream, and the budget may be slashed. Thank God. A lower budget Doctor would be much better than what we have now, right? We'll get on to the show's future following what has been described as season 14's underwhelming ratings was raised in a recent article in the Times by BBC have weighed in. No, we're not doing a shit. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, we're not. We're not. It's not shit. No, it is. It is. You're doing a shit. No, it's not that shit. No, it really is totally shit, right? But it's all the gay things. People like gay stuff, right? And they like diversity. No, you like that. You like that. I find it racist, right? I think this tokenism, right? I don't think it's nice at all. Right? I think you're talking down to black people, essentially. That you got this like crying blancmange as the speaking of crying blancmange. This is the great thing about having a French daughter-in-law, right? My wife's away, so for Sabbath, my son and his wife's coming over because otherwise it'd just be me and my daughter, and that'd be weird and creepy. So they're coming over to like fill things out a little bit. So on Sabbath you have 2 meals. You go out for you have a meal for Friday night and one for Sabbath day, right? So you go out. So we're going out for lunch on Sabbath day to friends. So and you normally bring a gift with you, like some flowers or some cookies or something. Now I don't know what to make. So I thought, you know what? I'll ask my daughter-in-law, right? See if she can make it. So I well, what did she say? So I said, can you make, if you can't, it's no problem, we'll work something out. And here's her response. But of course, souffle sounds good. Maybe with ice cream. I'm like, yes. So it's all the advantages of having a French chick in your life. A souffle, yeah. Without having to deal with a batshit crazy French woman, right? It's literally the best of all worlds, right? Got the souffle. And a cheesecake she made the other few weeks ago. That was excellent, right? Generally speaking, she's a good cook. But again, everything is very French. Anyway, I digress. It's more interesting to talk about Dr. Fucking Who, that's for sure. Doctor Who makes one of the most watched programs on iPlayer. Yeah, but nobody's watching anything anywhere anymore. We're all leaving because your twats that lectured us, that they kept telling us that Nigel Farage is a racist, essentially, and we're sick of, we don't believe you anymore. Oh, it's doing so great, right? It was doing so great, you'll be screaming from the roof. What was it the statement lines up with a comment made previously by Russell Davis is in coming back, I want to make the show simpler. Well, fuck me, you did that. Stupider, I think. And I wanted to make it younger. Well, I think it's stupider and younger, I guess. The two things are not often discussed. You read the reactions to it, and people are missing that. Yet we don't like it. It's simpler. It's a simpler and younger, and it's working. It's not working. The under 16s and the 16 to 34 audience as well is massive. No, it's not. No, it's not. We had that over here. Where was it? Okay, it's not massive, right? It's not. It's less than Chibnall meant, which is more than the average audience. Which is like 20% of average audience. And look, it's not massive. 16 to 34, 567K. I'm sorry, that's not massive, mate. That isn't massive. 1.89 on ABC, that must be the channel. And then the kid, 191. So essentially it's what, 760,000 in that. Yeah, that's not massive. God's sake. Really? You know, we know what numbers mean. Like, we understand numbers. Lie through your bloody teeth. Lie through your teeth because you've done a shit job, right? Essentially. So, think. We're up to 5. I lost my face. Oh yeah, we're over here. It's simply how it's working. It's like Magnus Grill saying the Caesar experiments were a success. No, they fucking weren't. Your face is falling off and you're being chased by a giant rat. The answer is massive, you lying cunt. It's not doing that well in the ratings, that's true, but it's doing phenomenally well with it. You're lying because you know that we don't know where to look to find that. And yeah, you're already right. Yeah, you're lying. Everything about this era has fallen incredibly flat, right? And even tangentially connected with this era has fallen incredibly flat, including David Tennant. David Tennant, love him. Put his little foot in his mouth. He has. He has. Let's see what he had to say for himself.
I attract the ire of the occasional online idiot.
Or the entire country saying you're a twat.
But I don't have social media, so even I have to be told about that by my brilliant wife, Georgia, who
tells you everything, right? Told you to wear that weirdo outfit.
Real engine behind anything we do. She educates me about...
Educates you? Oh, fuck me. She keeps your balls by your bed. You poor, poor little twat. Oh, man. Oh, that was a great line on In The Boys. I would call you a cunt, but you're not deep and penetrating enough.
Empathy and understanding, and she...
You have no empathy and understanding for all the kids here, like, marching into the gas chambers. Fucked up weirdo. Yeah, cut your dick off. You can be yourself. Yeah, you don't need that dick. Cut it off. Cut those tits off. You won't miss them. Really?
It has been a huge educator for me. But I suppose if I'm honest, I'm a little depressed by the fact that...
Although, okay, she must be crazy good in bed, right? To get you this pussy whipped, right? She must know how to use that thing. Or maybe he's just a loser. I don't know.
Acknowledging that everyone has the right to be who they want to be and live their life how they want to live it, as long as they're not hurting anyone else.
Okay, so let's say you decide that you have a penis, right? And you decide that you're a lady, right? So are you hurting everybody else in women's sports because you're like physically much stronger and faster than women? Oh, generally, isn't that hurting everybody? What about have you heard about Riley Gaines? Like how you had what was it, Leah Thomas in the room with them, and nobody wanted to get changed, right? It was in the locker room. You are hurting other people. You're taking away women's rights, right? You're taking away women's rights.
should merit any kind of special award or special mention because it's...
But he's giving it to me because I'm just the bestest ever.
It's common sense, isn't it? It's
common sense, mate. Look what you're fucking wearing, you fucked up cunt. And you're talking to me about common sense. You got a parrot growing out of your fucking lapel, you weirdo cunt. And you got a giant LGBT in your hand. What about the QIA, you racist prick? Yay! Give me a cheer.
It is human decency. We shouldn't live in a world where that is worth remarking on.
Listen. How about you not remark on it at all in Doctor Who in any way, shape, or form, right? How about not doing that? That would be fantastic. Oh, Lottie's there. How you doing, Lottie? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. As is Neville Watkins.
However, until we wake up and Kemi Badenoch doesn't exist anymore...
You fucked up. Yeah, again, boy, did you fuck yourself in the arse this time.
I don't wish ill of her, I just wish her to shut up.
See, again, you're telling that irritating little woman to shut up. Not really a good look there, David, mate. Not really a good look, okay? Didn't really come off well for you on that one.
Whilst we do live in this world, I am honoured to receive this. I'm thrilled to be here and to be a part of this night. Pride is very important in our house. It's a family affair. We have skin in the game. So this event tonight thrills me.
Of course you got skin in the game, okay? Here. Why is David Tennant doing this? This woman gives you the answer right here.
What I've thought of is that there's a lot of people who can't move on this, because that's the people who've transitioned their own children. So those people are going to be like, the Japanese soldiers who were on Pacific Islands and didn't know the war was over.
Right.
They've got to fight forever. This is another reason why this is the worst social contagion that we'll ever have experienced. A lot of people have done the worst thing that you could do, which is to harm their children irrevocably because of it. Those people will have to believe that they did the right thing for the rest of their lives, for their own sanity and for their own self-respect.
Can you imagine when they really do realise, if ever they do?
So they'll still be fighting. And each one of those people destroys entire organisations and entire friendship groups. Like, I've lost count of the number of times that somebody has said to me of a specific organisation that has got turned upside down on this. Oh, the deputy director has a trans child, or, oh, the journalist on that paper who does special investigations has a trans child, or whatever. The entire organisation gets paralysed by that one person. And it may not even be widely known at the organisation that they have a trans child, but it will come out. Like, people will have sort of said it quietly, and now you can't talk truth in front of that person, and you can't. Because what you're saying is, you as a parent have done a truly, human rights abuse level of awful thing to your child that cannot be fixed. There are specific individuals who are...
I think, a clear way of looking at it is like this. 1 second. Share screen. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a doctor. I don't know if this is valid medical advice, but might well be. Anyway, let's finish and see what else David Tennant had to say for himself. Bless his little heart.
Hope, it gives me fire, it gives me energy and deep...
Yeah, no one's touching you anymore, mate. Fuck me. Everybody's run screaming, and we'll see why in a second.
Joy. And even if I feel I don't really deserve this, I'm very pleased and very proud to be receiving it. Thank you all so much.
So that didn't go the way he thought it was going to go. That's fair. That did not go the way he thought it'll go. He didn't realise it is hatred of all bigotry. He was being a massive bloody bigot, right? A massive bigot. So the same article is... basically in every news outlet, literally everyone, and it's so bad that Rishi Sunak has even jumped on it, right? Even he, drowning man as he is, sees David Tennant as a bit of driftwood to grab onto, right, to stop him going under. So Kenny Barron says, "I will not shut up after David Tennant suggested he should." Right, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm a black woman. who doesn't think the way David Tennant tells me to. I must be bad. I must be bad, right? That's the only answer, is I must be bad. The Equities Minister, so yeah, she fired back said, I will not shut up. I will not be silenced by men who prioritise applause from Stonewall over the safety of women and girls. As long as not hurting anybody. Well, what about the fucking women in prison that got magically pregnant from having trans cellmates, right? Hey, 1 second. And I've got to send a message. Doing. Yeah, and like, it's fantasy world you live in. A rich lefty white male celebrity so blinded by ideology he can't see the optics of attacking the only black woman in government by publicly calling. Let's read the end of this. But probably calling for my existence to end, which is just want you to be quiet. Tennant is one of Labour's celebrity supporters, one of the early examples of what life would be like if they win. They're going to win, unless there's a miracle. You are, right? You are not going to win, right? Go over to Reform. Keir Starmer stood by while Rosie Duffield was hounded. That's true, I think. He and his supporters will do the same with the country. Don't let the bigots and bullies win. Well, okay, I'm on board with you politically, but yeah. This was not David Tennant's finest hour, right? Not David Tennant's finest hour. So let's just say this has been another one in a lengthy series of black eyes for Doctor Who, right? A lengthy series of things that have not gone well for Doctor Who. I think dating back to before the 60th anniversary, frankly. You know, it's always good to get another perspective on this, though. Like, it's a broader perspective, a wider perspective, a perspective from a different viewing point. And let me tell you, the viewing point, it doesn't get much more different. From the hills of Samaria over to, the slums of the slums of Birmingham. It is, of course, Dan Hadley, Birmingham's King of the Geeks. How you doing, sir?
The slums of Birmingham. I'll have, I can see right from I go right to the top of the rotunda and I look out over the city.
There you go. And you look down on them, as is right and proper.
I look down on them all, mate. Look down.
That's the way to go. It has not been a good week for Doctor Who. A good, 6 months of Doctor Who, frankly.
I mean, it's one, David Tennant. It's one of those things. Isn't it? Is it Doctor Who news? The man isn't Doctor Who anymore. Blah blah blah. But
no, but he got there on being an ally by being Doctor Who's my friend. Okay?
Yeah, there's an argument that says that somebody like David Tennant will always be Doctor Who, and therefore anything that he says and does will always impact on Doctor Who as a intellectual property and as something that people want to put their kids in front of. You could say the horse has bolted on that.
The spinners right now that's phenomenally successful from the under 35s. Bullshit. You pulled out the numbers.
I can see why they're clutching onto that. I can. It's not that it's as a statistic. Sorry, it's not that it's worthless. It's just that when you put it on the scales next to everything else, it's not going to budge. Yeah.
It's I think they've just done so many stupid things. This era. I think I'm going to get a perspective of this era on Saturday. I'm not sure. But the Davros, what's the name? Star Beast, Davros, Yasmin Finney, what was it? Indian Isaac Newton, more Yasmin Finney. Okay, Church on Ruby Road, the best episode so far of this entire run, in my opinion.
Oh, I don't agree with that, but I do. I liked several of the actual season with reservations on all of them. I thought The Legend of Ruby Sunday was from start to finish brilliant, but I enjoyed plenty more just with lots of reservations. But
I would literally rather watch Delta and the Bannerman.
When it comes to I forgot what I was going to say now. Something's just popped out of my head.
Although, okay, you know what I did see that I was actually was far better than I thought it would be. I think you might have seen it too. The Celestial Toymaker animation. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't caught it yet. No, I haven't had time to sit down with it.
Okay, so I thought it'd be horrible, right? I thought it'd be absolutely horrible.
It looks awful.
But it really actually it's as they're not trying to recreate what originally happened. It's not like what's his name, Callum Weston's one, where it's a perfect recreation of like the original era. And I think it would only really work with this story because it's a fantasy story, basically. But like it's in terms of watching it, right? Being able to watch a drama and be engaged by it and enjoy it, right? And just watch it on its own merits. Yeah. This really, really works, right? It really, really works, this adaptation.
Okay. I look forward to catching it.
You know what I think I'm going to do? Okay, my ultimate viewing order will be I'll watch a different version for each episode. So the first episode will be Callum Weston's. Second episode will be the color version, I guess, or the animated one. Third one will either be the Telesnap reconstruction that they put on there or the black and white animation. And the fourth one will be the actual episode, the filmed episode.
Oh, yeah.
It could really work. Like, the only other story you could really do this for, that's right, as I can say, it would be Mind Robber. I don't think anything else would really work.
Probably not. I mean, the bits that I've seen, like I say, I know a couple of people who feel very, very strongly against it. So it's hard to give it a fair shake. But I'm determined to. I shall probably watch that this weekend coming.
You know what? I normally watch the black and white version. I would say the color version works for this.
Yeah, that was on the tip of my tongue. I was going to ask you which version you'd gone for because, quite right. Usually, I'm happy for the color ones exist, but I would rather watch the black and white ones.
This was markedly better than not Weatherfield. Well, Weatherfield was awful.
But mate, having said that, when I usually watch these animations, I like to try and trick myself into thinking that I'm watching the actual episode. But with this, from what I've seen of what they've done to Toymaker, there's no danger of that, whether it's in black and white or color. So I may as well watch the color one.
And also, no, it's because it's such a new interpretation of it, right?
Yeah.
It's silly not watching it in color, frankly.
Yeah.
It really is. So that I was very, very impressed with, right? Because I really thought it would be shit, right? I thought it would be absolutely terrible. But listen, I wouldn't pay. I will get it in the bargain basement, which is not long from now. I guess you'll be able to pick it up cheaply. And they're talking about releasing the new announcing the new Blu-ray soon, right? They normally do in the summer, don't they?
Yes, we've usually had an announcement by now. In fact, they've clearly been holding off on that so that focus could be on the season that was on. So I would expect
that was a mistake.
Yeah, I would expect something in July. That would be my guess. An announcement in July and probably a release sooner rather than later, around October, November time at the latest. I would say it'll be with us pretty quickly.
Yeah, I wonder what season we got. Will be a Pertwee. It won't be a Tom Baker. I hope it's either. So we got season 25, which is one of my all-time favorites. I love that one to come out, and season 21, and then we've only got before that's Key to Time, I think, and then season 13, and then before that there's two Pertwee seasons. Season 7, which I would love that to be season 7 as well. Oh, that'll be awesome. And you know what? I want to see new effects on Invasion of the Dinosaurs, right? That one needs new effects more than anything, even though the story is reasonably shit in of itself.
They gave it new effects for the DVD version, didn't they?
I don't believe they did.
I think that they weren't anything radical, if you know what I mean.
Well, then why bother doing it? I mean, and did they do a new Scarrison for? Hang on a second. Let me get my.
I can't quite remember.
I mean, the Scarrison again really needs to be redone. I mean, I wouldn't say run and do the trash. Oh, there. 1 second. Got the classic Doctor Who DVD companion. If I wasn't geeky enough. There you go. 1 second. Let's peruse. So wait, we had And again, I really like the new. The more I think about it, I really like the new special effects, and quite like the edit on Pyramids of Mars. I thought all that was successful. That's pretty.
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that's a week ago now, isn't it? The Pyramids of Mars.
So many things.
Weeks are flying by.
What am I looking at again? Oh, we'll do Terror of the Zygons first. Oh, we'll do it now. Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Where EFG, Image Offender. Oh no, before that, doing Ice Warriors. Wait, N comes after C. Ice Warriors, Doink. Pages are stuck together. That's the problem.
The book's that good, everybody.
Oh no, what's it? N comes after M. What did I bloody say? That's why I couldn't find it. Fine, so what was that? Inferno? No, not Inferno. Oh, come on. More Inferno. Invasion of the Dinosaurs.
A friend of mine is watching this live stream, Rabbi, and has sent me a text message and said, I can't remember what it was now. The Rabbi's just said this. And I've just agreed to be on that show later on. So
what did I say?
I can't quite remember. I think it was something to do with self-pleasuring.
Yes, I probably did say I want to come and that's what you expect. Like, I think you'd be weird if you didn't want to do that. No, okay, there are no new effects on Invasion of the Dinosaurs. I didn't think there were. Because there's what's the point if you don't face the dinosaurs? They were awful. So what's the other one? Terror of the Zygons. Terror, Tunnels of Wing-Chang. I like the new effects on Tunnels of Wing-Chang, by the way. A lot of people were like mad at the new rap. I thought it worked quite well. That's it.
Even what I've said about, I didn't hate the recent season by a long chalk, but I can't wait to watch a bit of classic Doctor Who.
Honestly, I'm so glad that season's over. It was a shadow of shit over everything, and there's a lot more good stuff in Doctor Who coming out right now. Was it audio options? No, there's no fine. Yeah, there's no new effects. That one needs new effects. The Scarrison needs a new effect. It was probably too expensive when it came. When did it come out? Hang on.
Yeah, they had a smaller budget, and of course, what they could do with that money was a lot less than what can be done now.
Exactly. Yeah, it came out in 2013. So, your show on tonight?
We have a show on tonight. It is. You're going to like this. Check this out. You're going to love this, mate. You're going to want to sit down. I know it's a bit late for you, but you might want to get some cocoa on the go.
I was having a nice lurk on Tuesday for your show. I was totally there.
A lurk?
I didn't comment.
We were live streaming on Monday when we got Chris Walker-Thompson and Shah on. Yeah, that's our new Monday show with myself and Shah and whoever we can drag into that every Monday. So we're Mondays and Thursdays now on live with Type 40 Live. Apart from tonight,
you're doing a review of Space Babies?
We're doing a review of Space Babies because we're not live tonight. Everybody's on holiday, so we are. This is episode 150 of the Type 40 podcast. This is the show that predates everything. 7 years I've been doing this show. Episode 150 drops tonight in a full enhanced video form, a debate and review on Space Babies with myself and a couple of the regulars there. So yes,
who's on it? That's the whole video. Why people?
You've got to tune in to find out exactly who's on it.
Are you kidding me? Like, if you told me Simon's on this, that's it. I mean, you got me right there. I can't.
Simon is on this, yeah.
I don't know why his pain is so pleasurable, right? But it is. It is. It just.
You're gonna love this. It's written all over his little face. I made him watch it again.
You made him watch it again.
Yes.
Well, I was just reading a quote from Rusty Davis that his remit was to make it simpler and easier for children. And okay, I guess that was mission accomplished, right? I mean,
So he makes 73 yards.
What?
So he makes the episode 73 yards.
Yes. Yeah. Again, well, that was still that was also kind of kiddie. I'm sorry, but it was just everything was much more CBBS. Even that episode, right? But and they nearly they nearly explained that in the last episode. I was just saying this earlier, right? The one good bit that really would have got people on side to like really be happy with was it Empire of Death is the reveal of the memory TARDIS, right?
Yes.
If that had been the first time we saw it, we would have got all the benefit of those member bearers, and which we all did. We all like marveled at it when we first saw it. But they blew it like by revealing that set too early. That was just stupid of them.
Yes, it was reckless. I can see why they did it at the time. I can see why they created the thing that they created there with those Tales of the TARDIS things, but it has unintentionally kind of shot them in the foot there, because I think the reveal
it's crazy.
It's not been as I mean, considering they've had 2-3 years to think it through, there's been so many dropped bollocks and misjudged moments and lapses of taste.
Been like it's absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. I was going to say, Big Finish though are on a bit of a renaissance. Although I did listen to the finally listen to the Ninth Doctor box set, and I'm so glad I didn't buy it. Right, I'm now on because it's I'll do a proper review of it later, but. I listened to the last part of Dark Gallifrey, Morbius Part 3 today. That was actually really good. I was like, in fact, here's the thing. And again, I'm going to do a fuller review of it later in the show. But it was obviously meant to be released as a 3-disc set and like be like a little mini movie story, right?
Yeah.
And I think, which is kind of the direction they're going with a lot of their ranges now. The War Doctor's doing that. Like one,
it's a good idea.
It is a good idea, right? This really was hurt by releasing it separately, right? Because you had a first part that was relatively intriguing, but you went, well, who cares, right? And then they dragged it in the second episode, and not really much happened. It's more like filler. It developed stuff a little bit. And then it had I would say, very good finale, right? Essentially, a lot of the finale was Tom Baker and Sam West squaring off against each other. Tom Baker sounds noticeably older, right? This is the first time he doesn't sound like he did on Doctor Who.
I was going to say, when he first started doing Big Finish, he didn't really sound that much older, did he? He still sounded in his prime almost.
Because like the Nest Cottage stuff, which he did beforehand, he sounded less like Doctor Who, right? He sounded like a different version of it, a different take on it. Right?
Yeah, because Paul, I think, I did. I think because the remit of that was that it was a kind of a sideways thing, wasn't it? And it was meant to be deliberately ambiguous about when it was exactly set. And Paul Mars is a very idiosyncratic writer, and there's a lot of whimsy in that. So I think he encouraged him to play it older, but obviously with Big Finish, they wanted them to be like missing stories.
1975, cold evening, right? But Big Finish, I get they do have some duffer releases, but they got a lot of exciting stuff coming up right now. Here, let me pull up their page 1 second. Doink. Oh yeah, I just saw they got this out. Eighth Doctor and Lucy Miller series 2, which if you want to catch up on that.
Oh, I love those. It's fabulous that they're re-releasing them as box sets as well, and sort of jazzing up the artwork and all that kind of thing. Are you interested in this new version of Sirens of Time they've got coming out?
Not in the slightest, right? Not in the slightest. I thought it was a relatively shit story when I saw it, when I first heard it, and lucky I bought a subscription of 3 stories where they released it.
Look at that.
This is Morbius as well. This is his first appearance as Samuel West.
Yeah.
Is it? What else is in this season? You got Dead London. Pat Mills, actually pretty darn good. Max Warp is really funny. That's a riff on what's that show? The Great Race. No, the
Top Gear.
Top Gear. Brave New Town. I can't really remember that. Skull of Sobek was good. It was a Mark Platt story. Grand Theft Cosmos was also a fun story. Is that and the Zygon fell to earth that carried on Lucy's story? Lucy Miller's story. And by the way, do you know a lot of people thought it was going to be Sheridan Smith was going to be Millie Gibson's mother, which actually might have been a good idea, and it would have been Lucy Miller as opposed to
Louise. Was it Louise Miller?
Back to that, I get depressed again. Like her wearing a hoodie and pointing at the sign. That was stupid, right? That was stupid.
It was ridiculous. What a terrible episode that was. My God, what a way to close out.
Right.
Their very last chance with this is now Christmas. That Christmas special has got to be outstanding.
It's not good. It's not good. Look, I'm sorry.
At least Moffat's writing this.
You're right. It's not going to be. Look, I'm much more interested in this. Is there a trailer of this out yet? Oh, I did have a video of it. This series is excellent. This is with was it
Michael Troughton? Yeah.
This
it's fabulous, isn't it?
It's so good, right? This is the third release in the series. Well, fourth if you count that third Doctor story they were in. What was it? That was another one.
I've got that as well. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called though.
But yeah, they came out at the same time. And Beyond the War Game. This was probably still the best one, but they are excellent, right? This is an excellent range. Strong recommend. Anyway, so there's a lot of good stuff coming out this month. But the one I've been most impressed with, as I said, was Dark Gallifrey, right? Because again, that last part was excellent. Here, have you listened to any of them?
No, I haven't listened to any. Big Finish again for a few months now, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that's why I'm really glad that the season's over, right? So they were famous for having the absolute worst covers I've ever seen.
We've talked about these, yeah.
This is the best of them. And I'm not going to show the worst, but it's okay. So here's the premise, which I thought was a really this is if it was sold as a box set, it would have worked better, right? So the premise was it was set after the Morbius uprising, right? After Morbius's uprising on Gallifrey, and they talk about it in the past tense. And so the first part where they're introducing that, talking about that's the more interesting story that I want to know about. Like Morbius is a big popularist, like he was. His basic whole revolution happened because he wasn't of the right gentry, so he wasn't given, he wasn't allowed to do something or other. Right, and it was a big pop, and so he's essentially they're riffing on Nigel Farage, Donald Trump a little bit.
Oh God, not again!
But I'm saying, but not in a bad way, right? This is actually written quite well, right? I like the idea of a populist villain, right? Because and he's very, very sincere about his beliefs, which I think is very interesting. So the first part, anyway, you've got this whole interesting setup where they're on Karn, I think. And it's you have these Gallifreyan criminals that were sent to fight in the war, and they got this sailing galley that's a time ship, and none of it really makes sense. But it's all kind of cool. It's kind of like that bit in Dracula when he travels across the ocean and everybody gets killed, right?
It's right that they continue to kind of lean into that gothic sensibility of Morbius, isn't it?
Right. So all that stuff was great. And in the background, you have Morbius coming back. He's been bandaged. He's coming back somehow. Second episode, I found them. It was somewhat treading water. This probably would have worked better as a 2-disc set rather than 3 discs. But it's more building up this interesting world, very similar to Enlightenment, right? Because it was all they have the same ship as an early TARDIS. Everything's metaphorical and metaphysical. They got this thing in the galley. The rooms are shrinking because it's leaking time and interesting stuff like that. And so at the same time, you have a cult of Morbius coming back. You got a young sister of Karn advising, and you have an interesting interpersonal politics going on. So at the end of the second episode, they get this thing, the Rod of Rassilon, or something, to summon Rassilon. And instead, they summon the Fourth Doctor. So I thought this would be some kind of facsimile, some kind of alternate Fourth Doctor. No, this is the same Fourth Doctor who fought Morbius in the past, right? So he's
yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna ask me a question.
Yeah, I was going to ask if the actual, like you say, the actual Fourth Doctor from a point in his history after the brain of Morbius.
Exactly. That's exactly. And he's sent back via the Matrix somehow. He's not there as a physical entity. Most of the best parts of this episode is Samuel West and Tom Baker, just freaking awesome. Like two, absolute titans banging against each other. Tom Baker, he doesn't sound old, but he doesn't sound like he sounds a bit more wheezy, right? He's definitely getting older, right? He's definitely getting older. But sorry, you're going to say?
Bless him, 90.
Listen, I mean, he still puts in a thoughtful performance. But yeah, this has a good ending, which for me tied it all together. Is it worth $35? I don't think so, but I don't think they could afford to make it for less. Like, I think if the price point on this was $15.99 they would probably sell more, is my guess. But much more interesting, right? This is what perks up my interest. Is next month's one. Next month, it's the War Master, which is Derek Jacobi. But they're bringing David Warner. This must be his final performance, right?
It has to be, yeah.
And so I'm really excited for this. So you got David Warner in the first one, and then somebody's in the second. You got what's his name? Captain John Hart, James Masters in the second one. And I like they got Lisa Bauman going all the way through it, and also obviously what's his name, Derek Jacobi. His War Master is brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. And then you got the War Doctor in the third part. You've got to go something to do a bad War Master story. Like Derek Jacobi, generally speaking, they're all great, right? They're all fantastic. This was one of the best ones, Master Rio, but they're too expensive. I can't recommend $38. They're stupid. They shouldn't be charging those prices. Look, I mean, once cells go dead, they need to bring prices way. Although people would just wait then and buy them when they're cheaper. Anyway, I think I got a trailer for one of these ones, which is this so much more interesting. Here it is for the next one. Let's have a look.
Gallifrey.
Dark Gallifrey. Good marketing. Stick dark in front of something, it instantly becomes classier. Dark chocolate, for example.
Name it.
Well, one of the more annoying things, though, is you still don't, after recently watching that first story, you still don't know what Dark Gallifrey is. Or Morbius was trying to open a portal to it, but it's not. They don't make it clear what it is. Sounds like some alternate reality Gallifrey.
Another example.
Well, Dark Gallifrey.
From Big Finish Productions, the worlds of Doctor Who, Dark Gallifrey, The War Master, Part 1.
Have you heard much of the David Warner Doctor Who?
None at all.
Oh, they're good. The Unbound ones are particularly good.
Oh yeah, I heard I've got the Unbounds, yeah, but none of the. I haven't listened to any of the Bernice Summerfield's own range ones or anything that they've done with the character since.
Well,
not a single thing.
If you like Bernice, if you like the Bernice Summerfield range, which I really did, I subscribed that straight away because I knew they were going to be. This was their trial for Doctor Who, so I've been with Benny right from the beginning, and I've liked the evolution of the character. She worked very, very well with David. Well, I mean, they were living together, but she worked very, very well with David Warner. And he plays it like a hungover Hartnell, is how he describes it.
Maybe I should go right the way back because I think the first Bernice Summerfield has just been put on special offer because it's the anniversary or something.
It's totally worth it. If
Maybe I should go back.
It's totally worth it. Yeah. So let's finish listening to this trailer.
This place does exist, doesn't it?
I rather think it does.
A Gallifrey.
A spare Gallifrey, drifting around in space.
Anyone could find it, or it could find anyone.
But I found it. My discovery. It'll make my name. I knew someone would find me.
Okay, so the interesting thing is when you have these together, Bernie Summerfield's range had a different feel from the rest of Doctor Who. It's what I thought that the Jodie era really should have been, and it wasn't. But like genuinely feminine science fiction, right? And it's got a feminine idea, and it really works when it leans into being what it is, right? Because she's a woman, so but what was it? It's not slightly more cerebral. It's feminine. Like, it's just feminine. What can I say? Disney would love it.
Clever enough to follow the clues that would remain. Imagine my delight when I realized it was you.
The Time Lords in every universe view time as precious tapestry to be preserved and mended. Dark Gallifrey sees it as something to be unraveled and refashioned. It's more than just an alternative. Oh, maybe less.
Time.
Although this is a War Master release, we should really have heard some Jacoby by now.
Time Lords love dark secrets. I'm one of their darkest. And they're not even responsible for me. But you know Time Lords. They like to deal in time and lies. In order to keep...
Hey, this trailer is turning me off the release. I'm still buying.
I was going to say, this woman's overacting quite badly, whoever this is.
Well, I know from somebody who works quite high up in Big Finish that they have a serious problem in that they just don't have enough black actors, right? They need to have black actors in everything all the time, but they're a minority, so there's less of them. I don't want to tell you. And so, like, we get actors, I think, of lower quality. That's why you had Sullivan and Cross going across a bunch of different ranges. I can't remember who played what's her name, Cross. She just wasn't good enough. Bottom line, and I bought a couple releases with her to see if she got better. No, she just wasn't good enough, right? And it's because of this enforced diversity. And look, nobody minds seeing black people on screen, right? Nobody minds seeing
hearing black people.
Yeah,
no, not
exactly.
at all.
I mean, like literally, there's nobody has any problem. But like this like enforced diversity, it hurts.
I think if you pluck any random non-white person out of a bus queue and say, do you want to act in some audio drama? Why? I'm not an actor. It doesn't matter. You're black. It's what does that say?
Baby. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's literally. I'm not saying that's what they've literally done. But I mean, quality. Obviously, the quality of people that one's going to employ based on that criteria is obviously going to fall.
When you reduce your hiring pool, the only option is lower quality, right? That's the only thing you can get.
That's much better way of putting it than I did.
But still, we got David Warner in it, so
Straight face. They keep me in the cellar.
What are you afraid of?
One day I'm frightened I'll arrive on Gallifrey and feel at home. It all feels disturbingly familiar, almost exactly as I remember.
We shouldn't have come. Sorry.
You wanted to.
His whole idea is he's an alternate dimension doctor. They do use the theme tune that they didn't use in the third Doctor's time, the Delaware tune.
Oh, yeah.
It's just awful, right? It's genuinely awful.
I couldn't resist. Imagine what we'll find.
That's the problem, I can.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That trailer was not good.
No, it's terrible. Absolutely awful.
That really didn't do them any favors. Stupid. Anyway, but I did enjoy that Dark Gallifrey series now because of the final episode of the first trilogy. Who's writing the War Master one? Let me have a look. It is because they do tend to have better writers than James Goss. Okay, so I think James Goss will probably be able to pull something out that's pretty good. So you got that going on. What else is happening? That's this month. Look again. Professor McCoy is apparently on the brink of retirement, so we got one or two more box sets out of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And again, I'll speak to that same person a couple of years ago. Maybe they're talking about AI, and they one of the people they said they would use for AI for is Professor McCoy when he gets too old. But like, they pander too much to their the wokies, right? As I can tell. Oh, fine. Let me do another quick review. This will take me some time to get to because it's so irritating. Where is it? It was the last River Song set. Oh no, nice Doctor set. Okay, so I wanted to listen to this one because I thought there's an interesting pairing. You got like the very like brusque northern Ninth Doctor and the very fluffy, bubbly River Song, right? So I thought that's an interesting combination. And generally speaking, their energy together is very good, right? And they do have a arc that carries through this disc, this box set, but it's not really strong enough. But
are they together in all three of them? Then it's not just River in one story. Oh,
no,
okay.
Yes, they are. And the basic idea is they do like the beginning, middle, and end of their relationship. And with this one again, the third story is still the best. But the first story like annoyed me because the main character, it's on a world which has this dating app that has taken over and forcing everybody to keep dating or find a match or they get killed, right? Which is a very Doctor Who-y thing.
Yeah.
Right. And like an insane AI dating app that controls everything. But like one of the things that really annoyed me about it was the faux companion that he joins up with is asexual. I'm like, fuck, will you stop with your
every single time, yeah.
In everything all the time. I mean,
adherence to the cult.
It's like it's if you're asexual, God bless you, but that's not normal, right? You're not doing that good. It's like you need to go talk to someone. Right, and I don't like this normalizing of it. I think it was a bad idea. Right, you have.
I don't understand how these things continually come up in Doctor Who.
Well, look, when they filmed, when they recorded this, it was recorded in 2023. They should have known better by then. Although March 2023, everybody thought we were marching to greatness. Everybody thought this was going to be the bestest Doctor Who ever. And then we found out.
Well, we hoped, didn't we? We hoped it would be a resurgence.
We thought, and they could have had it as well, right? They could have had it as well. Before you came on, I played this. There was one music cue from Church on Ruby Road where they're hanging off the ladder. He's got his gravity glove on, Mavity glove, whatever, and they have a music cue on that, which was unique, and that should have been the definition of that Doctor. And if it was, I think here I'll put it out for you again.
That's a point. Mavity hasn't been mentioned.
Yes, it has.
At all? Has it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Every time I'm like, no, they mention it. Every time they mention gravity, they say Mavity instead. It's like it's relentless. Yeah, it's just like another stupid Rusty Davis idea that he doesn't have any oversight. But here, there's this one. Here it is. So the reason I thought Church on Ruby Road worked better than any other was because he had this physicality from Shooting Up was Doctor, which is when he's his absolute best, right? He's here. So it talks about the here. It's this music cue right here, and I think it could be. This should have defined.
Got rid of that. The gloves are kind of super kinetic transfer of mass.
Yeah, just starting now. This bit here.
That's better. The glove takes all my weight. All the weight is in the glove.
And I like that. I think it's a very Doctor Who-y idea.
No, I love his theme. I love the gloves as well. I'd forgotten how much I liked. I'd forgotten how much I liked this scene because I couldn't quite get a grasp of him from the Christmas one. But yeah, this was a great scene.
Oh, I haven't even reached the music cue yet. This should have been the definition of the season.
Nothing burns, nothing pulls, nothing hurts.
It's fabulous. It's a fabulous piece of music.
That should have been like Matt Smith was a madman and Doctor. That could have defined him, right? And they just.
I think it was supposed to. We have heard it in the subsequent episodes, but because just as you've said, actually, that there hasn't been much heroism past a certain point. There's been not many moments where he could actually lean into that and just be that person, be that daring, be that fun, be that animated. You're quite right.
And he's too busy grinning and being like so proud of himself.
Yeah,
anyway.
he swings drastically between grinning like a Cheshire cat and sobbing his heart out, and there's very little in between.
How Jodie played it. That's exactly what she did. She had like two speeds, like this little sad girl who lost a dolly and grinning moron, right? That was the two speeds that Jodie had. By the way, still no release date for the Fugitive Doctor and the Sasha Dewan Master set.
Apparently, they've recorded the.
I heard they recorded them. Right,
the actual. They've recorded them now, at least. Whereas, well,
I guess they'll have it. Anyway, so the first episode is called Swipe Right, and this is where the Doctor and River meet. They're both investigating what's going on this colony. It's got a nice little what's the word? Not Greatest Show fit vibe. Not Paradise Towers. Wrong season. Happiness Patrol. It's got a nice kind of happiness patrol, like being a revolutionary overnight. I like that Doctor, this Doctor and River, they annoy each other, right? I like that he gets so annoyed. Although I do like that he's very heroic, right? You just put up that he is always very heroic in this. The thing that annoyed me was the promotion of asexuality as a legitimate identity, where I don't think it is, right? So the second episode I thought was weaker, called Face the Apocalypse, where they go to a bank and he meets River again, and this is somewhat of a prequel to the first story, showing where the AI came from.
Oh, so they're doing the timey-wimey thing again.
Yeah, exactly, which is fine, right? Which is what you expect from a River song. Then the third episode was the best. However, it's got Trevor Cooper in it, from Star Cops.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing Trevor Cooper. He's gay in it. I'm like, for fuck's sake. We've had can anybody ever be straight ever? It's like and that really. So the plot of this one is very similar to the Dark Gallifrey. We're on this galleon. So he's on this, like, he's looking for his lost lover in this time reef thing, and they go on this lengthy quest. This lengthy journey, this lengthy quest.
This sounds hideous.
Sorry.
This sounds hideous.
This actually was quite good, and because the time is messed up. When they pass through different things of time, they don't know really what's going on, and it's essentially this was like a several year voyage they go on, but it ends up with it not being overly spoilery, but this is they end up in like a redundant timeline, so their memories are going to be wiped, rather. And the character stuff in the Ninth Doctor and River again, I would say was very good. Not $30, $29.07. Are you having a laugh? This is crazy. I believe it's the contracts with BBC won't allow them to do it, but a streaming service costing $4.99 a month, okay. That's the way to make money with this. So you can I think with their back catalogue, they would have 200,000 subscribers pretty quickly, right? Which is more than making bloody now, right? Imagine they're bringing 200 246. They're bringing $800,000 a month. They'll be fine, right? And I think 200,000 subscribers is low. Because they got that catalog is where their value is, and they got so much good stuff, right? $3.99 a month, $4.99. I think it's $3.99 a month. People would pay this, right?
26 years worth of material. Yeah, you're quite right.
I mean, there's so much, and people don't know where to start because there's just too much. But generally speaking, this was a mediocre to okay to slightly better release. I like to see their energy bouncing off each other, which was good and went the way that you would hope it would. Weird sexual agenda going all the way bloody through it for no apparent reason. I have no idea why. Right? So for me, that's not a recommend.
Bloody infuriating.
It really is. Like, it really genuinely is. And this one that one probably would have failed as a 3 episode, like release it three monthly episodes. That probably would have done weaker. Yeah, how many more specimen coins are there you got recorded? Because that's probably all there is. Hang on. We got one in November.
Sylvester's about to turn 81 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. Fine, we're going. Record up to November 2025. Oh no. And then this is an old one. New Adventures. Yeah, fine. So I think this might be Sylvester's swan song, unless they're trying to do a bunch now to record him for a fuse, which is what I think they did with Tom Baker.
Yeah,
and clearly what they did with David Warner.
Yeah. Yes, and it's if they've got the resources to do that, you can't blame them, can you?
Well, no, I mean they said what was her name? Big porn star from the 90s, right? Jenna Jameson.
Okay.
Right, Jenna Jameson. She recorded like about 10 years worth of stuff, apparently in a month or something. That does not sound fun. So, but I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to this month is goth opera, which,
the Paul Cornell book.
From the Paul. Oh, I forgot that's from Paul Cornell. Hey, listen, he can write Doctor Who, right? He can write Doctor Who. I think. Are you looking for? Did you read the original novel?
I read this. I've still got my copy of this.
Me too.
I wasn't greatly enamoured with it. I mean, to be honest, a lot of those books left me cold. Paul Cornell was one of the better writers, but they just didn't do much for me at all.
Right. Oh, look at they got what's his name in it? There's Rassilon.
I'm not a reader at the best of times, but something that bends.
That was my reader phase of life. But what's his name? They got us Rassilon. I can't remember what's he called again. The guy from The Hobbit.
Richard Armitage.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, Richard Armitage. Rassilon is in it. They should have gone for who was it? Not Frank. The guy who played Rassilon beforehand. He played on Big Finish.
Well, they should have cast an 80s actor, really, because if it's supposed to be set in that period, they should have gone and got, I don't know, what's his name? William Gaunt, maybe, from Revelation of the Daleks.
No, it was like the 90s. William Gaunt would be interesting, though. I don't know. Anyway, so that they got that coming out. I guess this I find much more interesting Doctor Who than anything. New volume of Susan's War. I'm very tempted for this. The first one was excellent. You liked this one, didn't you?
Loved it.
Yeah. So I don't know who's writing it. Peter Angelis is very good. Sarah Cassidy, I don't know, but I do like. I like anything with the Jonathan Carley's War Doctor. I'm avoiding this like the plague. I'm sorry, I've been burnt way too many times by the Sixth Doctor.
Yeah, anything with a pun for a title isn't going to. It means they come up with the title first and then thought of the stories afterwards, which means it's going to be shit.
It's probably, but this one I'm looking forward to. Morbius the Mighty, Jonathan Carley, and again they're doing these as like mini movies or like 3 episodes. Thing. So this is pretty similar to what Dark Gallifrey was. Samuel West's Morbius is really good, right? And they've really built up in that character to be interesting in the last in those last few discs. Man, I do like this cover, right? I like the
it's a nice one though.
The Eighth Doctor's TARDIS. It's a really nice representation of that. Anything you're excited about in the world of Doctor Who? To be honest, I've been that deep into the present. The series is just wrapped up. We recorded. We did about 7 live. I mean, I know you do about 7 a week, but I did about 7 live streams in 11 days, something like that. So now I'm just chilling out for a few days, and then come back to it sort of fresh and take a look at the lay of the land, so to speak. Now that that's in the rearview mirror. If you want something else to, take up your time, take up your energy. Game was it House of the Dragon? That's really kicking.
Well, I can get into that as well now. It's one of several things I've sort of got banked up, ready to get into because you know how much I loved season 1. So I've just been waiting.
Good. It's really good.
In fact, I might start that tonight.
That would be a recommendation. Jessica Christmas special as an acquaintance of mine directed. What's happening? William Gaunt should have taken over as the voice of the book of Hitchhikers in the Galaxy. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. I think William Fry was very good. Right? It all comes back to naughty stuff. Well, we like the naughty stuff. Fine. I think I'm going to wrap up.
Yes.
Again, your stream, your review starts at 45 of your Earth minutes, I believe, right?
It is indeed. So head over to the Type 40 channel, everybody, for our take on Space Babies. I'll be there. Charlotte will probably be there as well in the live chat. And we'll hope to see some of you there as well. Fire your questions at us, and yeah, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But I think you're going to enjoy it. It's just watch the look on Simon's face. That should be enough.
I don't know. He's so sweet. Why do I enjoy him being tortured? I don't know why, but I do. I really do. It's a compelling view for me. Compelling view. Fine.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Sorry, I'm going to wrap up.
Thank you.
Now you're going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again. Thank